Hey everybody, Gordon here from A-Team Restoration here in Bend, Oregon. This is the first time I've ever done this, so bear with me if I screw it all up, which I most likely will. Hey, we're going to show you a quick trick here on wet sanding and polishing a fresh paint job. It might help you out a little bit in the long run to get that perfect look that you're looking for. So it's flat, smooth, and is like a sheet of glass when you're done. Obviously, I've already started this panel. It's kind of easy to see that it's semi-started. The trick to doing this is to use a 1500 hard block. Must be hard. You cannot do it by hand. It has to be done with a hard block. And water. I keep a bucket of water with soap. Dish soap is very important. It acts as a lubricant and actually washes away the waste as you go along, and a spray bottle. That way you can keep the system completely wet the whole time. It'll never dry up on you, and you really don't have to take your eye off of what you're doing because you have a spray bottle to continue adding soapy water to the mix. So you always want to sand in a crisscross pattern, just like you do when you're doing body work. You know, the idea is to keep your hand as flat as possible on your block to provide an even coverage all the way across. Now you keep going until you start seeing this white residue showing up. This white residue is actually the clear that you're cutting off and trying to make smooth and get rid of all the imperfections in the surface. When you think you've got it just about right, then it's time to wipe it down with a clean rag, then dry it off again so you can see your surface, and see if you have knocked out all your orange peel. Now, orange peel in paint is 100% normal. You're taking a liquid and you're atomizing it, and it has to become airborne and then land on the surface. It's going to have orange peel. It's as simple as that. Now, the way you fight this problem is once you've started with your 1500 wet dry system, you think you've got the surface perfect, it looks great to the eye, but there's still more and more orange peel left in the surface. So a quick, easy way to do it is to use a 3M. Let me get in there. Now, a quick way to solve that problem is to use a 3M graphite dry guide coat. Now, you simply just wipe the guide coat over the area that you have just, thought you have done completely well, and go back and forth with it until all the surfaces are covered. Once you've got your guide coat applied, what you want to do then is go back with soapy water, spray it down, and basically wash the surface of the guide coat off. Once you've got it washed and soaked down, go back and wipe it with your rag. Get it cleaned off. Now, if you dry it off just for video purposes, you will see that the guide coat has sunk into the low areas of your clear coat. I know on the video here it looks really black, like there's a lot of sunken, but it's just the light. But you can see in this area right here how dark black it is, and you can see the orange peel still left in the paint in the clear coat. So what you're going to do is go back, wet it all down, take your 1500 wet sandpaper on a block again, and start going back over it. Now you'll notice how fast that the black guide coat is going away. What that is showing you is that you only had minor imperfections in the surface that you didn't quite get the first time around. So after going over it just a few times, you'll cut the guide coat off and you'll be left with a perfectly flat surface. So I'm going to do here is do a couple more strokes. I'm going to wipe it off just in that one spot. And you're going to see how the guide coat now has helped me guide through the process of cutting the clear coat to a factory, beyond factory perfect flat finish. The guide coat has shown you where your high spots were at. There's a little piece right here still that I need to work on, but you can see within a very few short strokes that the guide coat has actually helped you determine where some of the orange peel is that you missed. So you do this with 1500 wet dry, then you increase to 2000 wet dry, and then finally finish off with Trizact 3000. If it's a show car, you go to Trizact 5000, and all of these processes are done wet. Never dry sand clear coat for polishing. You'll end up with an absolute glass finish. When I'm done doing the hood, I'll walk you through the steps of polishing, and hopefully I've taught you a little trick that makes our life a little easier, and hopefully yours a little easier. So, Gord from A-Team Restoration in Bend, Oregon. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and hopefully I taught you a trick.